Matthew Kelly is a name that we all know, having given us a parish retreat 2.5 years ago, being with us this past November the 12th for a day retreat. And we never get tired of reading his books. And there is a book that I'd like to dabble with a little bit tonight, one that I mentioned to you, Dream Manager. This book is 158 pages. I have lost track as to how many times I read it. And every time I read it, every time I pick up a passage, I find something new there. If you've not read The Dream Manager, it's a quick read, but it's one you will repeat. And it will change the way that you think. It has truly changed my viewpoint, meaning eyesight, about so many things. This book we've shared with our school faculty and staff, our parish council, our finance council, our school advisory committee. What are some of the things that I could tell you that Matthew Kelly's book, The Dream Manager, have enabled me and those working with me to do? Well, it's changed our Sundays as the Lord's Day, with a Mass schedule change, having more time between Masses in the morning, adding a Sunday evening Mass, having religious education on Sundays. We now have St. Joseph Parish Day School and St. Joseph Parish Sunday School, and I like that. This book, The Dream Manager, in guiding our thinking, has enabled us to be the only Catholic school in the whole 8 counties of the Diocese of Cleveland that actually lowered tuition for this school year and also gave our faculty and staff a raise. For those of you who do not know about the book, I'll do a quick little thing with it because I want to use it in my development tonight. It's about a janitorial service company, minimum wage, that every year has a 400% employee turnover. What a disaster. What are they going to do about it? So they get to work on it. And they discover that it isn't necessarily the promise of a raise or a new title that really motivates people. They find that every single person has dreams. And we are at our best when we live our dreams and enable other people to live their dreams. They discover that a company is the best version of itself when its employees are the best versions of themselves. And that's true whether we're talking about a school, or a parish, or a diocese. One of the characters, Simon, reflects this in the book on page 26 and 27. These are Simon's words. In many ways, we are our dreams. But people stop dreaming because they get caught up in the hustle and bustle of surviving. And once we stop dreaming, we start to lead lives of quiet desperation. And little by little, the passion and the energy begin to disappear from our lives. That was true in my life 2.5 years ago. When I read that, that's where I was. I thought I was too busy to dream. There was too much work to do. That I could serve this parish best by getting things done, but I quit dreaming. I'm back to dreaming again. And I'm a whole lot happier about it. And I want to enable everybody within our parish to dream great dreams. So I ask you tonight, what is your dream? Right now. What are you thinking about? What are your kids' dreams? What are your spouse's dreams? Do you know? Have you asked them a while? Have you stopped dreaming? And if so, why? What is my dream for our St. Joseph Parish School? My big dream is I would like every family that would like to send their child to St. Joseph Parish School to be able to do that. And what is the biggest obstacle? Tuition. So I would love to have a school without tuition. That was a dream of mine a long time ago. And you know, I found a diocese that's already doing it. Their dream has come true. It's the Diocese of Wichita, Kansas. Anyone in the Diocese of Wichita, Kansas that wants to send their child kindergarten through 12th grade, the parish pays the tuition. Now imagine that here. Dream about it. K through 12. Oh, the good we could do. Forming our young people over 13 years in our Catholic faith. And as you know, when we form our children, we also form ourselves all those years. Look at the Catholic young people that we would be able to form. Well, how do they do it? They do it through Sunday offertory. There's no magic to it. That's how they do it. What is required of parents in the Diocese of Diocese of Wichita? 1, they commit themselves to attend Mass every single Sunday. Summer, fall, winter, and spring. They commit themselves to participate in at least one ministry in the parish. And 3rd, they tithe. And a tithe means we give 10% of our income back to God. 5% to the parish, 5% to other charities. And these are things that we should all be doing anyway as Catholics. There's nothing novel about this. I visited the parish that got all of this started, and it's St. Francis of Assisi Parish in Wichita, Kansas. A parish of 2,300 families. We have 1,750. It's a blue-collar parish, a little different from ours. A parish that would be more like perhaps St. Mary's in Elyria, with neighborhood and so forth. 2,300 families to our 1,750. In this parish, 85% of the registered families, households, go to Mass every single weekend. 85% to our 35%. 500 people go to weekday Mass. Confessions are heard 6 days a week with lines. Adoration of the Blessed Sacrament is perpetual, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the weekly Sunday offertory, $80,000 to $90,000 every single week. And I've been there and collected the bulletins. It's true. $80,000 to $90,000 a week. To be honest with you, we should be able to do at least as well if we live by those principles. Mass every week, participation in a ministry, and tithing. 10% of my income back to God, 5% to the church, parish, 5% to other charities. This is not a way of funneling tuition through offertory. It may sound like that's what it's about. It's about stewardship. Everything I have is a gift from God to me. And I show my gratitude by sharing what I have generously. And I do that proportionately. Everybody's income is different. Everybody's circumstances are different. But the 10% is the same. That we give according to the ways we've each been blessed, and we receive back according to what we need. I know that raising children, most parents are not at their prime income levels, and most parents are probably at their prime expense levels in raising kids. It's going to be different. But we need to model it. And this is something not just for school, this is the whole parish family. That's how it works in Wichita. They are a stewardship diocese. And I really applaud that. It's how we live our life if we read the Scriptures, especially Acts of the Apostles. We began adopting stewardship as a way of life here in our parish in October of 2005. And we've made a lot of strides. We really have. I'm proud and grateful. But it's not an easy street. There are still challenges, but we have embraced stewardship as a way of life. When I look at our St. Joseph Parish School, we have some wonderful fundraisers, and I'm grateful. But the two major, really year-round sources of funding for our school are tuition and Sunday offertory. That's how we pay salaries, benefits, utilities, all the things that go into making a school. That's where it comes from. Our Sunday offertory for the last 3 or 4 years has really been pretty flat. I'm grateful it hasn't fallen drastically. It's been pretty flat, but as you and your households know, everything else has gone up. Everything's going up. But that's the only income. We've reduced our tuition, and offertory is flat. And I just want to tell you the truth. I've done something about that myself, and I just believe in telling you what I'm doing. Last month, I used auto debit year-round, but I increased my Sunday offertory by $50 a month starting in February. Because I want to help. I really want to help. This is something for our whole parish, but I think as school families, we need to model. We need to model behavior for our whole parish. And I'm asking you to do that. I ask you to really seriously think about tithing. You'll find it Old Testament and New Testament. It's biblically based. 10% to God, 90% for ourselves. I remember somebody telling me one time, I said, 10%, that's a lot. And I said, well, then the 90% you're keeping must be enormous. But you look at it. I have tithed since I was a little kid. That's why I can tell you about it, because I do it. I just finished getting my income tax prep done. And one of the things I do every year is I look at my gross income. I add it all up before taxes. I add it all up. And then I look at what I gave away with charitable giving. That's the moment of truth. I'm happy to be able to tell you this past year I gave away 12% of my gross income. That's why I'm asking you to do it, because I do it. And it's blessing there. I don't feel the least bit bad like, oh, I was 2% over. I'm delighted that I can do that. I'm happy about that. You know, I truly have blessings come back to you when you do this. Now, if you think perhaps 10% is too steep, we'll start somewhere. Start at 4% and start hiking it up year by year. The average Catholic that goes to church on Sunday in the United States gives 1% of their income back to God. 1%. I have to tell you, with the Catholic campaign, as I'm looking over offertories, and I'm looking at professions and everything else in our parish, I'm sometimes thinking, you know, these people must go to work and volunteer their time. They're not being paid. If this is 10%, or 5% back to the parish. Look at it. Those figures don't lie. Billy Graham used to say, if you want to really know where your priorities are, open up your checkbook register and see to whom and to what you wrote checks, and take a look at your credit card statements. They will tell you the truth. I'm happy to let you know we accept not only cash, checks, auto debit, but as of now we also accept credit cards. This is brand new. You'll see it this weekend's bulletin. MasterCard, Visa, and Discover. For Sunday offertory, for tuition, because I know some of you prefer to do that by credit card. You can now do it. Just contact our business manager, Jerry Tedesco, in the business office, and he will make that possible. If we need, and I hope we don't, if we need to look at what we're trying to do now with reducing tuition year by year, to examine that it's not because stewardship has failed. It's because we have not embraced stewardship fully as a way of life. So I invite you to dream along with me. We could go there. If St. Francis of Assisi Parish in Wichita, blue collar, 2,300 families can have $80,000 to $90,000 a week in the collection, heaven only knows what we could do here. Now they've been at it for a while, but it sure gives me hope and foundation for my dreams. St. Joseph Parish School is a gem, and it's a critical part of our parish life. And our St. Joseph Parish School will continue. I want to see it continue with everyone's support and help. And I pledge mine as your pastor. St. Joseph Parish School adds value to our children's lives. It adds value to you as parents and faculty and staff. Our St. Joseph Parish School adds value to our whole parish family, and I'm committed. So what's your dream? What's your dream? For yourself, for your family, for our school, for our parish? Don't be afraid to dream, and to enable a dream to come true in someone else. Our parish is looking at dreams right now. We just embarked upon a combined capital campaign. As I was telling you this weekend, our combined campaign goal, that's diocese and parish, is $3.5 million. Of that $1.1 million we committed to the diocese for its capital campaign. Already we've raised more than $1,910,000. So we're past the diocesan part. With this $2.4 million of the $3.5 million, we set our priorities as a parish with our feasibility study. Get rid of the debt. Well, we're down to everybody's generosity, thanks to everybody's generosity, at $212,000. It was over $500,000 last May. It's $212 and going down. Said you'd like a multi-purpose gym family center, right? Would you like one of those? We're on our way. This is after 4 building committee meetings. This is where we are right now. I'm just going to take you real quickly through this because I know you can't see the details, but just to tell you what's taking shape at the moment. This is Electric Boulevard. This is the maintenance garage, the credit union, the entranceway that we now use to get into the gym. The current gym up here in blue, and the kitchen. These restrooms in the new junior high wing, I'm still saying new because it's still fresh, those restrooms for boys and girls will double as restrooms for this multi-purpose gym family center. We were thinking ahead. This in the yellow is the new structure. 16,000 square feet. 2 practice courts, a regulation and competition court. We can actually play games here. Bleachers. A platform stage with storage down below and then some other storage around it. We can use it as a gym. As you know, the largest facility we have on this campus is our church. The next would be this room and our current gym. They're the same size. You know how many people we can put in here. Think of the band concert, for instance. This for a gathering, for tables. If we put round tables in here and chairs, we could have a dinner for 600 people. We have the school option right here. Friday night fish fries, but all kinds of stuff. We're looking at putting in a walking track so our seniors could use it. You know, all kinds of ideas. We wanted this to be multi-purpose. Do you think we need a bigger space for our school? You don't? You're happy with everything just the way it is? I don't think so. This is what we're enabling with this current combined campaign. And then with our money we have left over, we begin a savings fund towards future additional parking and office and meeting space. But that's what our $3.5 million would enable us to do. Now, we need help to do this. It isn't my campaign, as I told you this weekend. It's our campaign. This is what, as a parish, you told me that you'd like to do. I'm doing my best to enable that to happen. But I can't do it all by myself. I've been meeting with people. Oh my. It's been happening. But since the first part of November, and I'm still doing it, I have met with about 90, I've had 90 first interviews, and then those I had a second interview there. That's a lot of interviews. I'm committed. I pledged, and I'm also helping, but I need help with this. There are still back on that table some of those things we had in church this weekend where you can check off. I'd be happy to be a volunteer. I'd be happy to have somebody talk to me about the campaign. That's how it's going to happen. Those who are volunteering already to help me, would you stand up? I've got a number of people right in this room. Stand up so everybody can see. Yes, they're helping with interviews. Going well? These guys are going to be after you. You want this. Talk to them. Talk to me. And I believe truly we can make this happen. The heavy, full-force part of the campaign for the whole parish is going to be April and May. But when you think that a $3.5 million goal, and we've already reached over $1.9 million of that, we're over 55% there. And that's with 118 pledges so far. And we have 1,750 registered households in our parish. So am I hopeful? Absolutely. What I'd like you to do, if you would please, if you really believe in all this stuff, sign up on one of those little cards that are back on that long table. Put your name on it. If that night for the meeting isn't good for you, just say, I'd like to help. Train me another time, and we will. We need as many people to ask fellow parishioners what to tell the story and to invite them to pledge. So, this is still all about dreams. To have a regulation gym, I know has been a dream here in our parish, I think since right from the beginning. It's finally coming true. We're managing that dream. We're helping one another to live our dreams. Our dreams really are the visions that shape our lives. We all need a dream manager. We all need to be dream managers, enablers for one another. I've shared with you tonight some of my dreams for our St. Joseph Parish School, for our St. Joseph Parish. And I ask you to ask yourself, and ask each other regularly, what is your dream? What is your dream? And then let's help each other to make them happen. Let's help each other to make our dreams come true. God bless you, and thank you for being the wonderful people that you are. Thank you.